I met a gypsy.
I love SMX, but I do want to harp a little bit. I think it's f***ing ridiculous that it's 31 rounds. I think it's too much. I just don't know. The problem is I like to talk shit. Like I love talking shit. That's why I made track. Bro. That's why I made Track Talkers.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what I've done my whole life. But when I do talk shit, I'm the type of person that I like to go, okay, if I'm going to talk shit, I better have some kind of solution.
I completely agree.
But in this case, I don't know what to do.
I don't got the answers, Sway.
I don't got the answers. But 31 rounds, you can't do it to these guys. Dude, when you got a guy, how do you expect the top 20 guys to survive when the best guy that we've ever seen ride a dirt bike, Jet Lawrence, gets hurt?
Yeah.
This is the best guy we've seen, right? Like, I'm probably going to get hate, but whatever. He's better than Ricky, talent-wise.
Oh, he's the best guy to ever ride a dirt bike. There's no one that's ever done it.
It's just, and like, I love Chase, and I think Chase can beat him. But the talent level, it's undeniable when you watch him.
And this is saying, like, he should be better. Like, a dude that raced 20 years ago shouldn't be better than a guy racing today.
No.
Like, so that's not that he was, like, there's no apples to apples, and we're not saying it's an apples to apples Ricky versus. No. It's like, this kid has all of Ricky's knowledge. He has all of James's knowledge. The bikes have got, like, he should be the best.
Bottom line, he's got unsurmountable amount of talent.
Yeah.
And the whole point, I'm not trying to say that anybody's better. I am trying to say somebody's better. But the point I'm trying to make is if there's a guy that's that fucking good on a dirt bike that can't make it, it's too much. It's too much. But what do you do to fix it? Do you give it more of a gap, between Supercross, Motocross, and SMX? Do you stretch that gap out? Do you do less races?
17 rounds is too much of Supercross. We just don't need it.
Yeah, I don't. It's just hard because then you go 5 and 5, or do you do only 250s, 5 and 5, and you go 10 Supercross, 10 outdoor, and 3 SMX?
I feel like keep the outdoors. Maybe you could go to 9, but you know what's funny? Like the more I've been doing this, and the more detailed conversations you have on camera.
Yeah.
The more detailed conversations you have to have off camera.
Yes.
So I've really learned a lot in this process.
Absolutely.
And, like even the whole like Glen Helen Parler thing.
Yep.
Okay, so if Glen Helen comes back, what happens to Parler?
Yeah.
Parler pays a lot of money. There's a promoter that does an amazing job. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's back to dirt bikes again. There's a yin to the yang.
Yeah.
You fix one thing, you fuck another thing up.
Exactly. So it's like, it's a very complicated, because there's so many people that are in this whole thing together. Like when Davey Coombs says it's like this big carousel with like the horses going up and down, and like, it really is that complicated.
Yeah.
And I personally think that Feld is probably the only ones that has the power to like give up a couple of dates. But I wonder, let's say we can't give up the dates, because again, Feld, huge company. They got Monster Jam, they got Disney on Ice, they're renting these stadiums all year. Like something has to be in the stadium.
Yep.
Something has to be profitable in that stadium. Like there is a lot going on.
Yeah.
But I wonder if you can do a Supercross where the 450s don't race, and it's like you've got your East-West, where maybe it's like the full 250, where it's like full gate 250. That's the big show for the night. But then it's like, well, I'm not going to Detroit unless I can see the 450s.
Yeah, I mean that's the way the world is, though, right? Like, just a quick metaphor. If the iPhone 15's out, you've been running the iPhone 15, but the iPhone 11 is 1% better on battery, you're still going to run the iPhone 15 because it's so much better in all aspects. Yeah. You're not going to, it's hard for people to go backwards.
Yeah.
You're not going to, you're not going to get somebody to go, okay, instead we're going to do arena cross. The arena cross series people are going to show up here and we're not going to show the stars. That's going to be hard to fill the stadiums. You know, so it's, to me, that would mean you'd have to market it differently. Like, these are the guys that you're going to see next, and then you'd have to do something else. You know, it's, and like you said, there's a lot of things going on. It's not just, okay, it's just a quick fix over here. Well, that's going to all trickle down to a million other things. And then all of a sudden, these people aren't getting paid and this isn't going on. And then da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
I wonder if there's like a way to drop 2 rounds on points wise.
Yeah, but is 2 rounds enough?
Yeah, I mean,
that's actually not a bad idea. Like, where you have 2 scratch rounds for SMX.
Yeah.
Like, hey, for the season, if you miss 4 rounds, you don't have to race 4 rounds, or you can race those 4 rounds and double up. But
basically what you could do is I think the only way it works is no matter what, you drop your 4 worst scores.
Exactly.
So, like, if your 4 worst scores are just like DNF, 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 well, DNS, you know, like you didn't start, like if you need the weekend off or whatever, then I think that's probably like the only way that it works. But then go ahead. Well, I was going to say, then if you like get hurt or you actually have a real DNF.
Yes.
So, but if you need the time, like think about if you.
Yeah, but we're motocross racers. We're not going to take the time if we're healthy.
Yeah.
You know, because you're going to go, oh, fuck. I shouldn't have took that one off because now I'm fucked up and now I got to go race.
Or we let dudes do steroids.
Dude, that would be epic. Like, dude, it would be
a little bit of EPO.
Sick. Well, no,
a little bit of HGH.
Just fuck it.
Little bit
just
of test.
Don't die.
Yeah.
Just don't die.
Yeah.
You know, that's
have a level.
Yes.
There's like
but there can't be a level.
I get my bloods done.
Yeah.
I know my level.
Yeah.
Weak as piss.
Yeah.
I could up that shit just to get into high normal.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like
totally.
You could theoretically, I mean, it'd be like hard to police it, but you could just have a level.
Yeah.
Where it's like
it's
you
just
can get
hard
to
though
this.
because with Supercross, it's not like football. Like, I've always wanted football players to be able to just go gung ho, which I think
they are.
Yeah, they are, but not fully.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're not on trend.
Yeah. But they're pretty. They're pretty in it. You know, but like with a Supercross racer, the only thing that's going to help is like what Lance was doing. Right?
EPO, yeah.
Yes, where like you're blood doping.
But no, if you're on like TRT, like testosterone,
yes,
bro, you're getting up every day, fresh as fuck.
Yeah.
So those 60 laps you're doing, your body's just forgot they did them yesterday.
That's
and then
wild.
you go on again.
That's wild.
And then you get up the next day and your body forgot that you just done 120 laps this week.
Dude, I wish I would have done that.
That's what they need.
It really works that good.
Yeah, apparently. Dude, I know this from jiu-jitsu.
Gnarly.
Or
see, because that would help.
In jiu-jitsu.
I mean, it's not going to happen, but that would help with what's going on with the 31 rounds.
If fucking Jet was able to just like put a little bit of BPC 157 just straight into his thumb.
Yeah, hey, I don't know the recipe for meth. You know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You mix it up. I'm just saying.
Bro, every fucking amateur dude that's like crashed, that's like, how many dudes have you seen at the track with like a hole in their cast?
Yes.
You know what that hole's for?
Yep.
A needle.
Yes. Yeah, I mean,
I had a friend, all right? I got a friend in Australia.
Yep.
Who was drunk as fuck, did a burnout on his 450.
Yeah.
The thing like looped out, did it against his shed.
Yep.
He gashed his foot like crazy bad.
Bad.
And he was injecting BPC 157 into it. And he's like, dude, you almost watch the cut heal.
Like when you were a kid, you know what I mean? Like when you were a kid, you're
just
like
you closes up.
Yeah, you wake up and the next day, like your shit's all healed up. You're like, what in the fuck?
Yeah. So I mean, that'd help.
It would, but realistic.
But do we want that? Do we really want it?
No, we don't.
Probably not.
You want to know why we don't want that? Because Supercross racers don't make enough money for everybody has a doctor to where they could monitor that shit enough to where it could safely be done.
Yeah.
You know, we don't make enough money to be able to have somebody on staff 24/7 to be able to do that.
Well, like 6 people do. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not everybody.
Yeah.
So then you got 6 people that are like way up. Oh, homie's never hurt. He's super focused. He's alert. He's lapped the crowd 4 or 5 times. Fucking Jet's on fire. Well, I wonder why.
Yeah. What is happening?
What is going
What's gotten into this Jet Lawrence fellow?
All of a sudden, Adam Enticknap was 40th last week, and he's top 3. In 3 weeks, this guy's training program must be unreal.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's go.
we are off a tangent. There's no way that's fucking happening.
No, never. But yeah, so like the 31 races, I think, yeah, if you can have guys, let's say they drop 2 rounds. I mean,
You have to make it mandatory.
that
You
they
got to
have
make it
to.
mandatory.
Yeah.
Like you have to go Supercross is 10 races and outdoors is 10. And then we have a 3-race playoff championship. You know,
Yeah, but so the reason why they got 31 is basically so Peacock or NBC gave them like $7 or $8 million.
Yep.
And the condition, so one of the reasons why Supercross was never attractive to TV networks is that it was only on for 5 months.
And then you're blank.
And then the sport doesn't exist, right?
Yep.
So then you have motocross, but it's a different sport. It's not the same people. You're not working with the same crews. It's just, it's for all intents and purposes, it's a completely different sport, right?
Yeah.
And so now you've got 4 months in the middle of the season for one sport, 5 months at the start of the year for another sport, and then nothing. No playoffs, no nothing. They just it'd be like no playoffs and no Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's what we had for the first
Straight up.
50 years was
Yep.
like at the last round of the regular season, whoever had the most points won.
Yeah.
Lame.
Yes.
So that's why this whole thing happened. But I guess that's the issue that the sport has now is like, okay, with this model in place, how do we keep our guys alive?
So here's another suggestion. We do a Triple Crown thing, but we have to do it less intensive. You know what I mean? Like a Triple Crown is actually more riding. Maybe there's weekends where it's more, somehow the competition is more focused skills of Supercross. I don't know how you do that with a lot shorter where it's more entertaining. It's the same length, but you're not as hard on the riders somehow. You know what I mean? Like do something different or shorten up outdoors. Maybe 20-minute motos instead of 30. 30-minute motos are annoying. I hate outdoors. Everybody knows that. I've said it a million years. And that's just a personal preference of riding preference because I think it's way too long. But 20 minutes is plenty of time to decide
Who's the best?
Yep.
And I'd agree with that.
Plenty of time to say, okay, the track's rough. It's gotten to a point where the guy that's the most fit is going to be able to work it out, and the best bike will still have an advantage towards the end of the moto. 20 minutes is plenty enough. If you add up, that's 20 minutes times 10, right? That's 200 minutes of less racing per outdoor season.
Yep.
That's something.
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.